as you come into the end of the year and you begin to think about your targets and goals for the year ahead, we can often get like really wrapped up with specific outcomes. And whilst that's important, you need like a North Star of what you're shooting for. I think it's important to address the things that people miss and the things that prevent them from growing their business and leading the life that they want to lead. And part of that is that we're really focused on the outcome and not really focused on who we need to become in order to produce that outcome. And that's really where your work has to reside. Like, you've got to focus on what are the inputs required in order to build the business you want. And I can tell you from 11 years, coming up 12 years working with coaches, fitness businesses, people in the health wellness space, that the majority of the time when people aren't growing their business, it's because they don't know what they're selling, how much they're selling it for, and where they're getting leads for it from. And if you're going into the new year and you have a target, but you're unclear on your program, your offer, your price, and your structure, and where you're generating leads and how you're generating leads, then you're going to struggle. It's going to be difficult for you. And no matter how much you wish for that outcome, those are the core foundational things that you have to get right. Like, a lot of people will start the year with an idea and they change their programs, or they change their pricing, or they change their offers multiple times throughout the year. And for me, if you want to have the most profitable year you've ever had in 2025, you've got to make the decisions now before you head into the year, before you start to build momentum throughout that year, to get clear on what it is that you're selling this year. You know, a friend of mine, Taki Moore, many years ago, I was in his boardroom program in 2016 in his mastermind, and his 5-1s have famously been ripped off a bunch of times, but it's basically, you know, one program, one platform, one lead generation source, one price point, 1 year. And I might have even butchered that, but you get the idea. It's like, we just keep going with one thing for one whole year, one whole platform, one lead generation source. And if we do that, and yeah, the 5-1s, the last one is million, right? 1 million. So if we do that, we're going to be in a great place. Like, we're going to know how we're going to generate leads. We're going to know what platform we're going to focus on. We're going to know our conversion process and how we deliver that program. And that's it. And most of the conflict or the confusion that happens within coaches in their businesses is that they chop and change almost weekly. Like, I know myself, when I've been in places when I haven't been clear about my program, my outcome, my offer, like what it includes, how it's structured, the course material, I spend so much time like thinking about all of that stuff and no time at all building the thing, which means I'm all over the place. And so what you need to do is like get really fucking clear on what is it that you're building, how you're going to build it, what you're going to double down on. And for me this year, really, I'm doubling down on Instagram and YouTube. That's it. Those two platforms are the primary platforms at which I'm going to build my business on. That means that I don't have to spend time and energy going, am I going to fucking do LinkedIn this year? Or am I going to do this other thing? Or like get distracted like 2 months into the year with a course that comes along and go, oh, I'm going to buy this LinkedIn course or whatever, right? Like, we don't need to get distracted. You could build your entire business on fucking X if you wanted to. You could build your entire business on TikTok if you wanted to. But the key here isn't what is the best platform to build my business. The key here is to go, what is the most aligned platform for me to build my business that I can post on consistently? I'm telling you right now, I'd be lying to myself if I said, you know what, 2025 is the year that I finally nail LinkedIn. Because every time I log into that thing, I want to fucking throw up all over my keyboard. I do not like the platform. It might be great for getting clients, but I just don't like, I think it's fake as fuck. And I know there are people on there. I know there are people who spend money on there. I have friends that make a lot of money on LinkedIn. And I know that there is a piece of me that's probably sleeping on it. However, I also know myself. And I don't have the bandwidth or the energy to go on that platform, figure it out, learn it, do it, blah, 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 blah. And at some point down the line, maybe I do tackle that. Maybe I miss the opportunity. Who knows? But I know in my mind, my strategy is more important than getting distracted by what other people telling me I should be doing. And this is really for you, the same thing. Like you have to go, I see what they're doing and it's working. I see what they're doing, it's working. I see what they're doing, it's working. I see what they're doing, it's working. And I don't want to do any of that. The less you pay attention to what other people are doing, the more you pay attention to what you know you can do consistently, the more success you'll have. The best strategy in your business is the one that you can do consistently. I do zone 2 cardio pretty much every day. I do 30 to 45 minutes. And you know why it's so beneficial? Aside from like the benefits that I get from doing that thing, it's like I don't have to think about it. Like, all right, cool. When am I going to do my 30 to 45 minutes of zone 2 cardio today? It's not like what cardio am I going to do? It's like I pick one thing, I'm going to do that. Once a week, I do Norwegian 4x4. Right, 4 minutes of high intensity, 4-minute break, 4 minutes of high intensity, 4 minutes. And I have my strategy for my cardio. Is it the most effective? Could it be more effective? Could I do more and different? Probably. But can I be consistent with it? Yes. And am I reaping the rewards of consistency? Absolutely. And it's the same here in your business. Like, do not overwhelm yourself with the infinite possibility. Instead, go, I know what I'm capable of committing to long-term and being consistent with, and I'm going to do that. So pick one person to serve, one product to deliver, one fucking offer that you sell, one price point. Commit to it with one platform for 1 year. And if you do that and you remove all the distraction, it might not be the most trendy way or the most optimal way that you could do it, but I guarantee by removing distraction, locking in with clarity, being consistent, you will build a business better than you ever could before. And a huge part of me and the work that I do with clients is literally like talking them down off the ledge of doing something new on a weekly basis. Like they might come to me with I've got this new idea or this new offer or this new thing. I'm like, dude, we have a plan. Stick to the plan. Does the plan still feel aligned? Yes or no? Yes. Great, let's stick to it. Does it not feel aligned? Okay, great. Let's discuss how we might make that differently. But if we are doing that on a weekly basis, we're never really giving ourselves any chance to get momentum. Momentum comes from stacking consistent action, doing the right thing consistently over time. Like if I go to the gym and I bench press every day, I'm going to have a bigger chest a year from now. What people think is they're thinking of fucking fancy different exercises that they can do every single session and they're never stacking reps or consistency. And that's really what it is. If you want to run further every day. Run a little bit further than you did yesterday. Run a little bit further than you did the day before. And really that's it. But the activity is the thing that you do consistently, then eventually you'll reap the rewards of the outcome. For most people, that's not sexy and it's not aligning with the novelty of their brain, but it is the thing that's going to get results. So lock in, make the decisions that you need to make right now and just fucking lock in for the year. Get the help, get the support that you need, get the mentor in place, get the coach that you require. And as you go, maybe you need some additional support in different areas to keep you on the path. But don't fucking constantly jump from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. You know, the clients I have the best results with, and one of the things I'm most proud of, is that I've continued to evolve so rapidly in myself, like grow in a way that's deep, that my clients come with me on that journey. And I have clients for 3, 4, 5 years. And guess what? The people that did 100K last month with me, there were 3 of them, all have been working with me. One has worked with me for 2 years. 2 of them have worked with me for 4 to 5 years. And so the deeper you go with somebody, the further you'll go. And that, my friends, is it. If you want to have the best year yet in 2025, make your decisions now. Get clear on your program, your pricing, your offering, who you're selling to, what platforms you're going to fucking dial in and load in on, and do it. Get to fucking work on those things instead of getting distracted by shiny little objects that you see from people posting things on Instagram 24/7. Fuck them. Fuck everything else. Focus on you. If you want some help, find how to get help in the description below. Hit follow, like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe's the word, not follow, but whatever. Peace.